In the vast silence of space, high above the blue marble of Earth, a gleaming new creation floated. Shimmering with promise and power, a warship unlike any other ever built by human hands. It was not merely a machine of metal and circuits, but a testament to humanity's bold spirit and relentless curiosity. This was the quantum-locked human warship, the crown jewel of Earth's scientific achievement, designed to bend the very fabric of reality itself. Scientists and engineers had poured decades of work into its creation, driven by the belief that the future belonged to those who could master the mysteries of the quantum realm. Unlike traditional starships that relied on engines and shields, this warship could shift its quantum state, making it vanish and reappear instantly in different locations, slipping through space as if it were a ghost. This power meant that no weapon, no tracking system could catch it or harm it. On this particular day, in the quiet command center orbiting Earth, a group of military leaders and top scientists watched the warship's first full demonstration with wide eyes and pounding hearts. The ship flickered in and out of existence, with astonishing speed, flashing like a bright star one moment and disappearing the next, reappearing miles away without a sound or warning. It was breathtaking, almost unreal. Commander Elena Cortez, the warship's designated captain, felt a surge of pride and responsibility as she piloted the ship remotely, maneuvering it through a series of complex maneuvers designed to test every aspect of its quantum capabilities. Around her, the crew held their breath, watching monitors filled with streams of data confirming the ship's flawless performance. News of the ship's success did not remain confined to the walls of the command center. Signals pulsed out into deep space, reaching distant worlds and ancient alien civilizations who had long monitored humanity with cautious curiosity. Across the galaxy, the announcement sent ripples through the political and scientific communities of many species. Some greeted the news with admiration, impressed by humanity's technological leap. Others felt unease, fearing that this new weapon might upset the delicate balance of power that had existed for centuries. Yet most agreed on one point: humanity had crossed a line, moving from a relatively small player in galactic affairs to a force that could no longer be ignored. The Earth's leaders had hoped that unveiling this quantum marvel would serve not as a threat, but as a promise, a declaration that humanity sought peace through strength, respect through advancement. They believed that by showing such a peaceful yet powerful presence, other civilizations would reconsider their hostile attitudes toward Earth, but the uncertainty lingered in the air, like a shadow just beyond the light. The quantum-locked human warship was a marvel, but it was also a mystery to many. How exactly did it work? Could such power be controlled? What might it mean for the future of interstellar relations? As Earth celebrated, unknown eyes watched. Deep within their own star systems, alien observers analyzed every detail sent back by the warship's demonstration. They debated whether this was a sign of progress or a warning of potential conflict. Among them was the Elorians, a species known for their wisdom and calm deliberation. Their leaders counseled patience and dialogue, suggesting that the best response might be to reach out to humanity and learn more about this new power. Meanwhile, other factions, less inclined to trust, began quietly preparing their defenses, unsure if they were witnessing a new age of peace or the dawn of a greater challenge. Back on Earth, scientists continued to push the boundaries of the warship's technology. The quantum lock, they explained, was not just about speed or stealth, but about the very way the ship interacted with space-time itself. By controlling quantum states, the ship could phase partially into other dimensions, slipping through cracks in reality to move faster than light without breaking any known laws of physics. This breakthrough was years ahead of anything seen before, and hinted at possibilities that stretched the imagination: instant travel across vast distances, near invisible cloaking, and communications that could reach across light years in moments. Yet, with great power came great responsibility. The scientists and leaders alike knew the importance of restraint and careful diplomacy. They hoped that the warship's power would act as a deterrent to aggression, not a spark for it. In the quiet moments before the warship's unveiling, Commander Cortez had looked out at Earth from the ship's window and thought about the weight of what they were about to reveal to the universe. This was more than a military asset. It was a symbol of what humanity could achieve when driven by hope, unity, and intelligence. The future was uncertain, but the dawn of the quantum lock marked a turning point. Whether this new power would bring war or peace remained unwritten, but one thing was clear: from this moment on, the stars themselves would never look at humanity the same way again. As the news of the quantum-locked human warship spread across the vast reaches of space, its arrival echoed through the halls of power in alien empires scattered throughout the galaxy. The message was clear: humanity had developed a technology that could change everything. In distant star systems, rulers and council members gathered in their chambers, faces a mix of curiosity, disbelief, and concern. Some dismissed the reports as exaggerations or propaganda, unwilling to believe that humans long considered a minor species could achieve such a breakthrough. Yet others could not ignore the hard data streaming in from their spies and sensors. The warship was real, and it was unlike anything they had encountered before. The ability to quantum lock to any position instantly shattered the old rules that governed space travel and military strategy. It meant that no fleet could predict where the ship might appear next. No defenses could be set up fast enough to stop it. This new power threatened to tip the scales in humanity's favor, upsetting centuries-old balances between empires that had coexisted in uneasy peace. In response, alien leaders debated in secret meetings, torn between fear and fascination. Some feared that the humans intended to use this technology for conquest, imagining fleets falling before a ghostly warship that could strike without warning. Others hoped that the quantum-locked warship was a sign that humanity sought anew path, one of mutual respect and cooperation. The complexity of the situation grew when emissaries from multiple alien worlds arrived near Earth, their ships bearing messages and invitations for dialogue. These emissaries, representatives of their peoples, came not with weapons but with words, seeking to understand the meaning behind the human technological leap. Their arrival created a buzz of excitement and anxiety among Earth's leaders, who realized that this was their first real test in the galactic arena. Would the aliens welcome humanity as a peer, or see them as a threat to be controlled or contained? Diplomatic teams scrambled to prepare, knowing that every conversation, every gesture, could shape the future of interstellar relations. Meanwhile, the warship itself continued to demonstrate its incredible capabilities, occasionally appearing near different planets and systems, always careful not to provoke, but to show strength. The spectacle both awed and unsettled the watching civilizations, a silent reminder that the rules had changed. Some alien military commanders proposed forming coalitions to counter the new human power, while others urged caution, worried that an arms race would only lead to needless conflict. The galaxy stood at a crossroads, with many eyes on Earth and its mysterious ship. Throughout this time, Commander Elena Cortez and her crew maintained vigilance, aware that their actions could tip the balance toward peace or tension. They communicated openly with Earth's diplomats, sharing insights and data that helped build trust. Slowly, some alien leaders began to see the potential for cooperation rather than conflict, imagining a future where shared knowledge and technology could open new horizons for all. But beneath the surface of diplomacy, uncertainty and suspicion simmered. As no one fully understood the limits or intentions behind the quantum lock, this period of waiting and watching was filled with whispered conversations, strategic plans, and quiet hope. For humanity, the chance to prove that power could be wielded with wisdom was as thrilling as it was daunting. As alien emissaries stepped onto Earth's soil, the atmosphere was charged with possibility, signaling the start of a new chapter where the galaxy's diverse peoples might finally come together, guided by the shimmering promise of the quantum-locked human warship, the hope it represented for a brighter future. The quiet of deep space was suddenly broken by the arrival of an alien fleet known across the galaxy for its strategic skill and careful precision, a group that rarely acted without purpose. Their ships moved deliberately through Earth's sector, sending ripples of tension through the galactic network. They had come to test humanity's claim about the quantum-locked human warship, a statement that had fascinated and unsettled many. This fleet, commanded by the sharp-minded Admiral Varek, was known for solving mysteries before they became threats, and now they had the chance to put their reputation to the test. As they approached the edge of Earth's space, their sensors sought out the elusive warship that had become the talk of many worlds. But the quantum-locked warship was unlike anything they had seen before. Piloted by Captain Elena Cortez, a leader celebrated for her calm mind and quick thinking, the ship seemed to dance just out of reach. Every attempt by the fleet to lock onto it failed as the ship shifted its quantum state with perfect timing, disappearing and reappearing in new positions with an ease that made the entire fleet pause in admiration. The humans aboard the warship worked in seamless harmony, their training and technology blending into a symphony of precision and grace. Captain Cortez knew that this was a moment of truth, not just for her crew, but for all of humanity. Did not seek conflict or fear. They sought understanding and a chance to prove that their power could be a force for good. Instead of responding with weapons or force, Captain Cortez chose a different approach. Using the ship's advanced quantum communication array, she sent a message directly to the alien fleet. The message was clear and simple, carried through. Quantum signals that transcended time delays and ensured immediate reception. It spoke of peace, mutual respect, and the hope for coexistence. It was a call to dialogue rather than a challenge to battle. The message emphasized humanity's belief that strength could be shown not only through power, but through the willingness to extend hands in friendship. As the alien fleet received the transmission, there was a moment of silence among their commanders. The elegance of the human message, combined with the undeniable display of their technology, sparked a new feeling: curiosity instead of suspicion, hope instead of fear. Discussions began aboard the alien command ships, debating the meaning of this peaceful gesture. Could humanity be trusted? Was this a genuine offer of cooperation, or merely a strategic move to buy time? Yet, the sincerity in the message was difficult to ignore. For Captain Cortez, this moment marked a turning point. She had shown that the quantum-locked warship was not a tool of domination, but a symbol of humanity's potential for peace. Fleet's movements shifted from aggressive postures to cautious observation. And slowly, their sensors relaxed, acknowledging the ship's non-threatening stance. Back on Earth, news of the encounter spread quickly. Scientists, politicians, and citizens watched as the first true test of the quantum-locked warship unfolded, not in battle, but in communication. The world held its breath, hoping this interaction would lead to a new era of understanding. Meanwhile, across the galaxy, the story of the encounter inspired others to reconsider their own attitudes toward humanity. Some began to see Earth not as a rival, but as a potential partner in exploration and discovery. Still, the galaxy was vast and full of unknowns. The challenge of first contact was only just beginning, and both humans and aliens knew that the path ahead required patience, wisdom, and trust. Captain Cortez continued to pilot the warship with unwavering focus, ready for whatever came next. She and her crew understood that their mission extended far beyond the physical boundaries of space. They carried the hopes of an entire species. On their shoulders, the first contact challenge had proven that power and peace could coexist, and that sometimes the greatest strength was shown not by the force of arms, but by the courage to seek friendship in the face of uncertainty. As the alien fleet slowly withdrew, their data and impressions of humanity forever changed. A silent promise hung in the air that the stars might yet shine brighter when humans and aliens walked side by side. The ripples caused by the quantum-locked human warship grew steadily larger, reaching the highest councils and secret chambers of alien worlds far beyond Earth's solar system. The leaders who had once viewed humanity with caution or outright hostility now found themselves faced with undeniable evidence of human technological brilliance paired with a sincere desire for peace. The warship's incredible ability to move through space with quantum precision was more than just a military advantage. It was a symbol of human innovation, determination, and most importantly, restraint. These leaders, many of whom had long held suspicions about human intentions, were forced to reconsider their stance. They watched as the quantum-locked warship refrained from aggression, instead becoming a beacon that radiated a hopeful message. Power without violence, strength without threat. Over months that stretched into years, a slow but profound change began to take place across the galaxy. The once wary and distant alien civilizations began to lower their defenses, opening communication channels with Earth and extending diplomatic invitations. One by one, empires known for their fierce independence and old grudges set aside their hostility, choosing instead to engage in dialogue and cooperation. The warship, initially feared as an unstoppable weapon, became a symbol of unity and possibility. Its presence inspired scientists, artists, and leaders from many worlds to come together, sharing knowledge and culture in ways never before imagined. Joint research projects were launched, combining human curiosity with alien wisdom to push the boundaries of science further than any had dreamed. Explorations into the deepest, most mysterious regions of space became collaborative efforts, with ships and crews made up of multiple species working side by side. These efforts were not always easy. Old prejudices and misunderstandings did not vanish overnight. Yet the shared goal of peaceful discovery and mutual respect drove progress forward. On Earth, the mood shifted from defense to optimism. People celebrated the growing friendships with alien civilizations, inspired by the idea that humanity was no longer isolated but part of a larger cosmic family. Educational programs expanded to teach future generations about the stars and the importance of unity, while artists and storytellers wove tales of interstellar cooperation and shared dreams. The quantum-locked warship, still piloted by Captain Alina Cortez and her dedicated crew, continued to represent this new era. The ship was no longer just a marvel of technology. It was a symbol that reminded all who saw it of what could be achieved, when fear was replaced by trust, as humans and aliens worked side by side. They discovered that their differences, once seen as barriers, were in fact sources of strength, offering new perspectives and ideas that enriched every field of knowledge. The alliances formed under the shadow of the warship opened doors to technologies that could heal, build, and protect rather than destroy. The galaxy, once a place of isolated systems and suspicion, began to transform into a community bound by shared goals and respect. Yet, even in this hopeful time, challenges remained. Questions about the limits of the quantum lock and the responsibilities it entailed continued to spark debates among the newly formed councils. Wisdom was needed, too. Ensure that this power would always serve the greater good. Humanity's leaders embraced this duty with seriousness and humility, knowing that the future depended not just on what they could build, but on how they chose to use it. Through it all, the turning point had arrived, the moment when countless worlds decided that collaboration was better than conflict, that friendship held more promise than fear. The story of the quantum-locked human warship was now woven into the very fabric of galactic history, a testament to the power of hope and the courage to imagine a future where all beings could thrive together. As ships from many civilizations set out on new voyages of discovery, the light of the quantum lock shone as a guiding star, a constant reminder that the greatest journeys were those taken together, beyond borders, beyond old fears, toward a universe full of endless possibilities. With the quantum-locked human warship standing proudly as a shining symbol of both power and peace, humanity found itself at the forefront of a new chapter in galactic history, where cooperation replaced conflict and curiosity overcame fear. The story of the warship had traveled beyond the farthest star systems, inspiring countless species to rethink what was possible when strength was combined with wisdom and kindness. Earth's leaders, scientists, and diplomats worked tirelessly to create a grand interstellar alliance, bringing together worlds that had once been strangers or rivals into a community united by shared goals and mutual respect. This alliance was not merely a political agreement, but a promise of commitment to explore, to learn, and to protect the galaxy's wonders together. In this new era, the quantum-locked warship was more than a vessel. It was a beacon of hope that reminded everyone of humanity's journey from a solitary planet to a leading light in the cosmos. guided by Captain Elena Cortez, who had become a symbol of courage and vision. The warship prepared for its most ambitious mission yet, a grand expedition into the uncharted depths of space, where no starship had ventured before. This journey was a declaration that the galaxy's mysteries were no longer meant to divide, but to unite those who dared to seek knowledge. The crew was a blend of humans and alien experts, their skills and cultures woven together like the threads of a vast tapestry. They trained for months, learning to work as one, blending different technologies and traditions into a powerful force for discovery and diplomacy. As the day of departure approached, the excitement and hope spread across countless worlds. People from many species gathered to witness the moment, watching as the quantum-locked warship ignited its engines and disappeared into a shimmer of light, traveling faster than anyone had thought possible. This voyage symbolized the limitless possibilities when courage was matched with humility and strength was guided by respect. Throughout the expedition, the Alliance members faced challenges in familiar worlds, strange phenomena, and moments when trust was tested. But each obstacle was met with cooperation and shared wisdom, deepening bonds that reached beyond simple agreements. The journey was a constant reminder that the galaxy was vast and full of wonders waiting to be discovered together. Meanwhile, the legend of the quantum-locked human warship grew with every story told. Every new alliance formed, and every mystery unraveled. It became a symbol not just of human ingenuity, but of the belief that the greatest power lay not in weapons or conquest, but in the ability to inspire respect and friendship across species and cultures. Schools taught about the ship's history and its role in changing the galaxy's future, while artists captured its image in paintings, songs, and holograms that celebrated unity and exploration. The Alliance also worked to ensure that this power was never used for domination, but always for the benefit of all. Agreements were made to share technology responsibly, to protect natural wonders, and to resolve conflicts through dialogue and understanding. This new galactic era was a time of hope and cautious optimism, where every member of the Alliance knew that their future depended on cooperation and care. Earth, once seen as a distant and minor planet, had risen to a position of honor and respect among the stars. The quantum-locked human warship continued to travel the galaxy, not as a weapon of war, but as an ambassador of peace, carrying the message that true strength came from the courage to seek friendship and the wisdom to build lasting bonds. As new generations looked up at the stars, inspired by the story of humanity's journey, they dreamed of a universe where all beings could live together in harmony, exploring the unknown side by side. The legacy of the quantum lock was forever etched into the galaxy's history, a reminder that even in the vastness of space, the greatest journeys were those taken together, with open hearts and shared dreams lighting the way forward.